This is my second time being pregnant, and both times I've hit a point where I get this strong urge to organise the house. I came across a YouTube video by Leah's Field Notes where she played the Minimalism game, and I was inspired to do it myself. We also had some friends who'd invited us to join them in selling things at the King's Day Vrijmarkt here in the Netherlands, so it was perfect timing to do some decluttering. If you haven't heard of the Minimalism game, it's a 1 month long game or challenge created by the minimalists, where on the first day you declutter 1 item, the second day 2 items, the third day 3 items, and so on. If, like me, you play for 31 days, you'll get rid of 496 items in total. Like Leah, I didn't play chronologically. Instead, I spent the month collecting items by category in my home, seeing how many there were and which day I could tick off, and by the end of the month, I had piles of stuff accumulating, ready to film this video. So, let's get started. On day 1, I listed my husband's road bike for sale on Marktplaats, which is like Dutch Facebook Marketplace, with his approval of course. Since moving to the Netherlands, we really only use our upright city bikes, and this bike was just collecting dust in our shed. On day 2, I got rid of 1 suitcase and 1 duffel bag, as we seem to have multiple suitcases and bags in all shapes and sizes, and never use these ones. On day 3, I went through my gardening tools and decluttered these broken things. On day 4, I went through electrical appliances. The toothbrush charger is broken, so it was recycled at an electronics recycling point, whereas the other working items I plan to either sell or give away to family and friends. On day 5, I went through the bathroom drawers and found some expired or old products, plus some nail stickers that I never use. On day 6, I found these drawer dividers that I've replaced with taller versions I made myself. By the time of editing this video, these had found a happy new owner through Vinted. On day 7, I asked my husband whether he wanted to get rid of any clothes, and he had a pile of 7 items that I've since sold online, at a consignment store, or donated to the op shop. On day 8, I pulled out 2 desktops and 6 legs from our shed and listed them on Marktplaats. On day 9, I went through our medicine box and found various expired medications or unnecessary items. On day 10, I found 10 books that I either don't love or don't plan to read. On day 11, I went through the kitchen and found various things that we don't use or don't need. On day 12, I found 11 USB sticks and 1 SD card that we don't need. I kept a couple of our larger size USB sticks just in case, but the rest I wiped clean of all data and got rid of them. On day 13, I found 13 pairs of shoes that I don't find comfortable. I've recently been trying to replace all my narrow shoes with more barefoot styles for healthier feet, so these were all ready to find new homes. On day 14, I went through my accessories and found various scarves, sunglasses, and other things I don't use. On day 15, I found 15 items of maternity clothing. Even though I'm pregnant now, most of these were things I bought on Vinted but were too short for me or just didn't fit right. On day 16, I found 16 dried up or chewed up pens. On day 17, I found 17 pieces of non-maternity clothing that I don't use. On day 18, I minimized some makeup and makeup brushes that I never use. On day 19, I found 19 duplicate cables. Happily, these cables all found happy new owners when they were dropped into a free basket at our King's Day market stall. On day 20, I went through our toolbox and fished out 19 Allen keys that were of duplicate sizes. On day 21, I found 21 random items from around the house that didn't really fit into any other category. On day 22, I found some baby items and baby toys that never get used or are duplicates. On day 23, I decluttered used up notebooks and other stationery items that I don't need. On day 24, I got rid of jewellery and hair accessories that I either never wear or that have sadly tarnished. On day 25, I went through paperwork and found stacks of old school reports and other documents that I have no idea why I was holding on to. Important things I scanned and have kept digitally, but the rest can go. On day 26, I went through our overflowing boxes of baby clothes. Even though I'm pregnant again, we found ourselves with just way too many clothes, or clothes that we found impractical for various reasons. On day 27, I went through old greeting cards. I'm not a sentimentalist, and I only keep cards for a year or two when I'll read them again, enjoy the thought, and then recycle them. On day 28, I got rid of way more than 28 duplicate size knitting needles. On day 29, I decided to do a digital declutter. I went through my inbox to try and find 29 mailing lists to unsubscribe from. And just by searching the word unsubscribe, I quickly found many more than 29 mailing lists that I no longer wanted to be a part of. On day 30, I found in our shed these 2 bags of little toy chickens on sticks. Bit of a long story how we got these, but we ended up giving these away to passing kids on King's Day for free, which brought many smiles. And finally, on day 31, my husband decided it was time to get rid of his Magic the Gathering card collection. There are actually over 1,600 cards here, but this can count as day 31. So here it all is. Well over 500 items decluttered from my home and mostly passed along to happy new owners or recycled responsibly. I hope watching this video has inspired you to also minimize your belongings, or that in the very least, you found this entertaining. See you next time!